Okay, so the next one we're going to look at is we're going to look at tier 3. So tier 3 is extra credit. So you're going to just choose one of these. So I am going to work one with you, but you have to choose the other one on your own. So the one I'm going to do is I'm going to do T3, or not T3. We already are on tier 3. I'm going to do problem number 3. This is the one I'm going to work with you. So you got to do another one on your own. So the sun, which is called Sol, is 5.7 times 10 to the 7th kilometers from Earth. What is this in inches? So this does give us a hint that it's going to take a tier 2 and a tier 3 conversion. So I have kilometers, I want inches. So we're going to go ahead and write down what we start with. So I start with 5.7 times 10 to the 7th kilometers. You know we have at least one train track. All right, so have kilometers, I want inches. So if we look here, kilometers goes to miles, but I don't have a way to go from miles to inches or miles to feet and then feet to inches. So I don't have that. So I'm going to need to convert kilometers to something else first before I can get to inches, because I have centimeters, I have kilometers. So if I can get kilometers to centimeters, then I'm good. Well, what tier 3 is tier 3 is your metric prefixes. So these are your base units. So liter is for volume, grams is for mass, and meters is for length or distance. Okay. All right. So in this case, we're talking about distance. So I have meters. So this is my base unit. The letter in front of it, like the K, that stands for kilometer. That is a prefix. Kilo means 1,000. So this means that in a kilometer, there's 1,000. That's why it's 1,000. There's 1,000 meters, 1,000 of your base units. This one here, centimeter. So this is the prefix centi. So centi is down here. So what that means is in your base, there is 100 centimeters. Okay, so this would be 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Or actually, no, hold on. Doing that wrong. They skipped some. 10, 100,000, 1 million. And then, what is that, 100? No, 1 billion, sorry. Ran out of room. Okay, so it's just the opposite. Anyways, so there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Okay, so the base unit's bigger. So I can go from, what this means is I can go from kilometers to my base unit. Then I can go from my base unit to my centimeters. Then I can go from centimeters to inches. This is why this section is extra credit. Okay. So once again, the path I'm going to take, because it just kind of helps to put your path, I'm going to go from kilometers to meters, from meters to centimeters, because I want inches, and then from centimeters to inches. So there's 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 3 train tracks. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 train tracks. What I have goes on bottom, so I have kilometers. Kilometers goes on bottom. What I want, so I started here. The next thing I want is meters. Meters goes on top. What I have goes on bottom. What I want, so I was here. Now I want centimeters, so centimeters goes on top. What I have goes on bottom, so centimeters goes on bottom. What I want, so I was here. Now I'm here. What I want is inches, so that goes on top. Top, bottom, cancels. Top, bottom, cancels. Top, bottom, cancels. This is what I'm left with. That's what I wanted, so I have it set up correctly. So now I just have to fill in my conversion factors. So my first conversion factor is meters and kilometers. So when I go to this conversion factor, this is a metrics unit, okay? I have kilometers and meters. Meters is smaller, kilometers is bigger. So whichever one is bigger, and it gets bigger as you go up. So if the prefix is above the base, then it has the 1. If the prefix is below the base, then the base has the 1. So in this case, the prefix is above the base. So kilometer is above. So the kilometer has a 1. That means there is 1,000 meters in that kilometer. Okay. So 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. All right. Now that I have meters, so I have this and I want centimeters. So this, so my prefix is lower than my base. So my base gets the 1. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So there's 100 centimeters in a meter. Okay. Now that I have centimeters, I can go from centimeters to inches. So inches and centimeters. So 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So now I just put the math. So every number, each number on top gets multiplied. Each number on bottom gets divided. So when I put this into my calculator, I get, so 5.7, remember when you have times 10, you hit that double E button once. So 5.7 times 10 to the 7th times 1,000 times 100 times 1, divide by 1, divide by 1, divide by 2.54. And this is the answer I get. Okay, so how many sig figs should I have in my answer? Well, the problem gave me 2 sig figs. So I should only have 2 sig figs in my answer. So 1, 2. So 2.2, but it's not just 2.2. I also have my exponent. So that's scientific notation. So this becomes 2.2. Remember when you have that letter E, that's times 10. So 2.2 times 10 to the 12th, and our unit is inches. And that's how you do the extra credit. So like I said, they are a little bit more involved. So extra credit is extra credit. You have to choose one more to complete. Sorry.